Hey, this is Enrique. I'm gonna show you how to paint a quick skull. Um, I'm actually doing this on a fast-forwarded kind of method. So right now I'm starting with the outline, really making sure I got that down. Uh, I'm just doing this in pencil. What I'm thinking right now is, okay, right after the sketch, I'm gonna start painting it slowly. I'm gonna put in a lot of just the first layer. The first layer is gonna be really broad. Putting in the darks first, and then I'm throwing in all the lights. It's gonna be a lot of lights. What I'm doing this, what I'm actually painting on is I'm painting on a piece of wood, essentially, a really hard chunk of wood. So it doesn't go down as well as it does on canvas. So I had to actually put a few layers of white in it. So slowly filling in all the white. Kind of changing my mind in and out. I didn't plan it out as well as I thought I would. Just continuing to find the form. I only put in some very light black, so now I'm going to go in with some really dark black to emphasize the points that I want. Putting in the teeth there. I got a really nice broad shape. Alright. And I'm trying to add more detail now. I'm thinking in detail. Putting in some gray, some halftone. Figuring out I want like slight angry look to the skull, even though skulls can't really look angry. Continuing to paint certain things, trying to make sure the two cheeks are even. The zygomatic arch, so actually the cheekbone, I'm trying to make sure that's a little even, symmetrical to the other side. Put in more white because I keep seeing the back of the wood through, the opacity is I can see through the paint. I'm trying to make it not as obvious. I'm probably going to be able to see it at the end, but I don't want to make it too obvious. Putting in some more grays now. Trying to, get a gradation going from like dark to light, trying to connect it somehow. Still going. And taking a better look at it. Alright, just checking all my details, going over the now what I really want is, I noticed it seems a little heavy, so I want to put more gray on the left of the skull over here. Putting some anger lines, but they kind of look like horns almost. They look too weird in the middle of the forehead, so I want to soften those. I'm going to try to soften those up so at least it look like they're a little rounder for the form. Some more dark shade below. Trying to put more dark. Actually putting some dark outline around it. I thought it would look nicer on this color board. And I go in with a highlight. Throwing my highlights all over, mostly along the edge of the skull. And I took a quick look at it because it's at a slight angle, the camera, so the way you're looking at it now is a little different. Put 2 dots for the eyes. It's funny because the paint I'm using here is actually glow in the dark for the eyes. It would not come out on camera though, no matter how hard I tried. So sorry about that. In person you can see it, but it would not come out on camera. But they are glow in the dark. Putting in some shade in the back there of the skull. Make it recede in space. Erasing some lines over here, and I want to actually frame the shape of the head with some black, really dark black. Not too generically. I'm trying to make it a little more artsy. Still kind of deciding. Also, is to kind of get rid of the really hard lines I could not erase. I think it just looks better overall. Makes it pop. Trying to make it a little artsy, kind of vignette-like. Remember that this is at a slight angle, so I'm about to pull it up as well. I'm about to pull it up at an angle, and you'll see how it changes just because of the angle. I want there to be a flow to the black that's there, so I want the black to be low on the left and high on the right. I think it looks better, especially if he's looking off in that direction to the low. Still just messing around with the shapes, more sumi brush style now with my brush. I'm using acrylic, by the way. I'm sorry I didn't mention that. I'm using acrylic paint. Just black on white. That's all I'm using. And I'm going to turn it, and that's the way it looks more in proportion right there. Right here. Still wet. Paint's still a little wet, but I think it turned out okay, and it's a good little sketch in paint. A little quick. The entire run time of this, it took me about half an hour. Alright, thanks.